have veteran journalist Mr. R. Rajagopalan also on the phone line with us. Mr. Rajagopalan, good morning and thank you for joining us. A lot of activity outside DK Shivkumar's residence. Round 2 of the talks taking place, and it's been about 45 to 50 minutes now. The talks are still ongoing, but can we actually expect an outcome from this meeting? What's likely to happen next?
Pratibha, it's a tug of war. It's a shadow war. And who is going to win in this, we have to wait and watch. The Congress High Command is very much particular about Shivakumar. My feeling is that Mallikarjun Kharge has miserably failed to handle his own state politics. He is encouraging Siddaramaiah. That is the feeling many MLAs have. 1 or 2 MLAs in personal conversation with me told me that Shivakumar is the next leader of Congress. He is going to be the next chief minister. But Siddaramaiah wants to go down in the history of serving the longest chief minister of Karnataka and also having presented 18 budgets. That type of mark he wants to carry in his curriculum vitae, CV. That is why he is prolonging it. My point is, Shivkumar is in the making of chief minister. He is creating a lot of kagafar. This is a direct challenge to Mr. Rahul Gandhi's leadership. And whatever you may say, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has miserably failed. Mallikarjun Kharge failed. Shivakumar will be the next chief minister of Karnataka.
Okay, but Mr. Rajagopalan, has the High Command also been weakened after the crushing defeat in Bihar? Because the High Command on one side, on the other hand, you have strong leaders from Karnataka. And in Karnataka, whether it is DK Shivkumar, known as somebody who has supported the party, or even Siddaramaiah, somebody who has the political experience almost as much as the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge himself. So, the High Command also knows that it is dealing with 2 strong leaders. Any decision, any wrong decision taken can actually lead even to the fall of the government.
Fall of the government and launching of a regional party. Siddaramaiah is keen to launch his own political party. If that case, Mr. Rahul Gandhi's leadership, Priyanka Gandhi's leadership, Sonia Gandhi's leadership will be a tug of war. My understanding is there will be a 3rd breakfast meeting, 4th breakfast meeting. In the 4th breakfast meeting, the alliance will collapse. It will lead to Mr. Siddaramaiah launching a political party. Mr. DK Shivkumar proposed as a chief minister. I am very confident Mr. Shivkumar will break Siddaramaiah camp.
Okay, all right. So anything could happen. Let's see what happens next. As of now, what we do know is that the breakfast meeting is ongoing. Next, as Mr. Rajagopalan predicts, there could be more breakfast meetings or more lunch and dinner meetings that could take place. What will be the outcome? Are we going to see in Karnataka what we have seen previously in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan and Assam as well, where the High Command refused to step in on time? It reaches a point of no return and then it's too late for the High Command to actually take decisive action. In Karnataka as well, this tussle between the 2 leaders has been festering for a long time now. In fact, it has reached this point only after 2.5 years, or the halfway mark was actually crossed. The Chief Minister, many believe, wants the legacy of becoming the longest serving Chief Minister of Karnataka, which will be on the 7th of January. But after which there will be elections in Tamil Nadu and Kerala as well, which is why the High Command will not want any change. With multiple such issues coming up, will DK Shivkumar get a chance now or not? How are we going to see the rebellion follow from here? That's what we are going to be looking at. But going back to Neha on that, Neha, we have, like we mentioned, this is a culmination of what we have been witnessing over multiple months now. For the High Command to now step in or not, there have been enough indications that all is not well right from the beginning of the Karnataka government coming to power in Karnataka. So let's just jog back the memory of our viewers as well on how the High Command has ignored every warning that has come in from Karnataka that all is not well and that the 2 leaders are at loggerheads with each other.
Yes, Pratibha, this is not us saying it, but remember, senior leaders from the Congress party, like Mr. Veerappa Moily, like Dr. G. Parameshwara, and many others are the ones who raised the question to begin with about why the High Command didn't intervene earlier and whether this is something that could have very well been avoided. And did they really have to wait till the passing of the 2.5-year mark now for the High Command to actually intervene and, of course, have breakfast meetings like these organized, on their instruction? the fact is that, was this something that could have been anticipated is a question that many within the party quarters itself have questioned, given the kind of course, differences that we've been seeing coming out in various, aspects, whether it's to do with administration or development or, political decisions for that matter, given that the DCM is also the party president. And something very pertinent which Imran mentioned earlier about Siddaramaiah not being viewed as a thorough congressman, given that he'd come from the JDS. All of these differences is something that probably the High Command, of course, could have anticipated earlier. Could this situation have been avoided, and could governance in the state have been more smooth is a question that many citizens also have raised. Now, at least, with the High Command having stepped in, questions are being asked about when all of the action that we're seeing here outside the Deputy Chief Minister's residence would be shifting to Delhi.